What's going on, guys? Kaiger here. We have advance notice of Season 10 Fairy Plumeria. We're going to be walking through her as well as what we can expect her to work with and things like that. Let's get into it.
마지막 한 송이가 시들어 간다. 하느끼는 최후의 기도 속에서 신은 최후의 선택을 내린다.
Alright guys, so over on CN China, I can't log in, but this is a note. So they should be having the patch later this week or early next week. And this is part of their notes saying Season 10 is going to be happening when that starts, which will align with what we're used to. They generally get it about 2 weeks before. Right now, when you're seeing this video, SEA Southeast Asia already has 1.47 going on, so they should expect to have Season 10 next week or the week after, and then Global should expect it either the last week of June or first week of July. That's just what we're kind of used to. 2 weeks of the month having a new season. That's kind of about what we should expect. And walking through what we have here, Season 10, new water attribute, Plumeria. Myself and several others were expecting SP Candok, and I guess people just don't like Candok, so we're just getting a new fairy, so I have no idea. But we know they at least have one SP in the tuck whenever they want to bring that out. Completely new Plumeria appears, protecting the island and the ocean current that blooms and withers like flowing water. Active skill, Judgment Surge Blue Lass. The more vitality the owner has, the more damage can be inflicted. Now, some people can read this and think it's going to be like the Gladiator passive, where it's you convert HP into attack. I read it differently. Vitality obviously means HP. Don't know if this is going to be current or max HP. That will matter. But I think her active is going to obviously do damage in an area, blah, 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 blah. But the main purpose is going to be the damage of this skill, Judgment Surge, is going to be based on your HP. Your HP is going to be part of the scaling of the damage of Judgment Surge, which I think is a very interesting thing. We've seen some of them scale with different things, like Ainz is a great one. He scales if you have higher break than their block. He scales if they have a shield or not, things like this. There's other fairies that do similar things, but this is kind of cool having an HP scaling fairy damage. Obviously, this doesn't show what the level 2, level 5, and level 8 effects are, and those generally end up being the big things that matter on these abilities, so we will withhold judgment for now. Passive makes the owner immune to towing, which I believe is pool effects and slowing effects, while also enhancing the recovery effects received by the owner. Now, this, in my mind, it's going to be 3 to 6 seconds. That's generally what they do, 3 to 6 seconds. It could even go up to 8, depending on how much they want to be with it. And it'll make you immune to pool effects or slowing effects, and also increase your healing from all sources is what it kind of reads as. That'll be your healing effects, your self-healing effects with things like Gladiator, HP steal rates, or even if someone uses a heal skill on you. Should increase all those healing effects. And I believe, as you know, all of these passives scale based on the level of the stars of the fairy. I believe the thing that's going to be scaling on this passive is going to be the healing effect. It'll be like 5%, 5%, 8%, blah blah blah. It'll probably go into the 20s or 30%. It could go higher depending on how much they want to push this fairy, but that's what I'm seeing. Is during the 3 to 8 seconds, you're going to have increased healing based on the star level of this fairy. And that makes a lot of sense. It works out here. As far as things that we need to keep in mind, water is going to have a level 9 effect, which is going to be more AoE damage based on your attack. And the block ignore is the highest we have right here. Well, sorry, the bottom stat, which is 33.6. I'm expecting something around, even though this was only a 6% jump, I'm expecting this to be 40, 45 for the block ignore. Even if they want to jump it up to 50, block ignore seems to be a stat on, it doesn't come from very many things, but where it does come from, they're willing to give it big numbers. So I fully expect this to be 40 to 45, but they could definitely do a 50, and I would understand. Then remember, Ninja has at max, at 4 times over, 70% block ignore, and so does Craftsman. So these are ones that can use water very, very effectively. So you can do something like Gladiator Ninja is kind of a popular one. And then you get a lot of healing and whatnot from the Gladiator, and then you get all the ignore block from the Ninja. Then things to keep in mind is we do have Gardenia's passive, which has, I always equate these to Gladiator passive, which is also one that's going to be listed here. Swap to her, you get the bonus. Super strength, same thing, just a different number. Gladiator passive, 4%. So percentage on percentage on percentage. At some point it's going to be a little bit too much percent. But the last thing I want to point out is the one-shot build. The Calamus one-shot build that is still going around, still powerful, and still gets one-shots even at higher levels of play. People are asking what I could see replacing on the team. If you don't remember, it's Calamus, Blue Rose, Gardenia that I just showed you with the attack increase, and Lavender for putting them to sleep, which gives you percent damage bonuses. Gardenia is the most replaceable of the 4, which is funny because Lavender is kind of an old fairy at this point. But this is all going to depend on what the new fairy, Plumeria, of what her level 2, level 5, and level 8 abilities are. If they are percentage bonuses, then we can think about replacing Lavender. If not, you can slot her in over Gardenia. Let me know what you guys think down below. Until next time, guys.